Hey everyone, Justin Russell with RussellMarineProducts.com here at Skeeter's headquarters, Kilgore, Texas. And today we're talking about a brand new boat, brand new product. It is the Skeeter FXE 21. Let's get started. All right guys, so Skeeter was gracious enough to allow us to come down and film this boat. I had an opportunity to come down and see it about a month ago. Got to ride this boat, gonna talk about some of the performance stuff, but today we're gonna talk about some of the features and differences about this boat. And one big, really important point to point out here is this is the first boat ever in our industry that was designed around and specifically for lithium batteries. So this is something I've been wanting for a while. I didn't really know what I wanted in the design. I kind of thought maybe we would put some lithium batteries maybe in the floor, maybe up front underneath some storage or rod locker, maybe similar to a walleye boat. But Skeeter has been able to design this boat to still keep the batteries in the back, still be able to have less weight in the back because of lithium batteries that don't affect the balance, and still get the performance and most importantly what everybody talks about, speed out of these boats. So we're going to start at the bow, work our way back, and go over some very, very important features about this boat that I think are going to make you, your Skeeter owners, or if you're not a Skeeter owner, maybe consider a FXE for your next boat. All right guys, we're going to start off on the bow of this, and one of the features you're going to see here is you're going to see some similarities on a boat that's already out on the market, especially in the top cap, which is the ZXE. So the front of the trolling motor is turned slightly inward on this. And I know some of you guys have kind of complained about that or had some concerns about that. I really prefer having that trolling motor turned inward. I don't have to worry about boat docks coming in and out of boat slips when I'm docking my boat. I actually think it makes for a little bit more seamless running and viewability when running down the lake as well too, because you don't have a trolling motor sitting so far broadside to you. And they've really cleaned up the front deck a lot. So instead of having a bunch of rocker switches up front, you've got a trim up and down, and the rest is just left for what I call just the workstation, and that's the casting deck. So really, really cool slam latches on this boat. Full fiberglass front deck, again, very similar to what we've seen on the ZXE. And as we start working back towards the cockpit area and get towards the back of the boat, this is where you're gonna notice some of the differences of some really cool features that I'm gonna say Skeeter really thought out. So Skeeter did an amazing job on bringing several of us dealerships together and kind of just having a round robin table of some of the things that we would like to see changed in the boat going forward. And they've implemented a ton of those changes here. So as we jump up into the boat, first thing with coming off the back deck, we still have a traditional port and starboard side rod locker with full organizational tackle management system in the center compartment. Very large day box that we've always seen, which Skeeter was basically the pioneer of back in the day, in the early 2000, 2001 era with the ZX225 with having that day box. Big fan of that. Have it in my current boat as well. In the floor, we've got a trash can. Thank you for that. Been wanting to have a trash can and just a place to throw your old line, old lures or baits, I guess I would say, your trash. Then we have a cooler, that is the step up to the front deck. You do not have that on the ZXE, but there's a cutout section there for the FXE that does include a cooler. Here in between the two seats, port and starboard side, you have a console on the very top where it allows you to put your cell phone, your wallet, your keys, that sort of thing. And then another cooler underneath it before you step up to the back deck. So as we continue on the deck, that is the last similarity that you're gonna see between a ZXE on this boat. Everything underneath here in the back battery compartment, everything from the rub rail down is 100% a new design build. There's a lot of interesting features on the back. There's a lot of science and of course engineering that goes into this, and where this really shines is getting it out on the water. All right guys, on a Skeeter bass boat, the most iconic, most trademark part of it is gonna be the back end and the sponsons. Traditionally port and starboard side sponson, aided with planeability, also flotation, kept the back of the boat up when coming off plane, prevented a lot of backwash. But on the FXE, new for 2027, we have a third sponson, which is directly under the jack plate, and that is the planing sponson. So as we take a look back here, you'll see they happen to have a transducer mounted to it. This is basically directly above the drain plug and directly above the pad of the boat. This third sponson that is built in is going to help with the planeability, help with the performance, and also is one of the factors how they were able to maintain a very good performance out of this boat with running lithium batteries in the back. So again, to reiterate, this is the first bass boat in the industry that was specifically designed around lithium batteries. This has been something, guys have been putting lithium batteries in boats now for over a decade at this point, and this is one of the things that I've been kind of preaching at that I wish boat manufacturers would do and design boats around lithium battery. Well, Skeeter responded, Skeeter answered, and it's here. The all-new Skeeter FXE for 2027. I cannot tell you enough of how amazing this boat rides and feels, and I'll get into that in the other video. Out here on the lake on Perky in the new 2027 Skeeter FXE. Guys, I have not been excited about a boat like this in a long, long time. You guys know I've been in the industry a long time, driven, owned, and sold a bunch of different brands and a bunch of different boats over the years. And this new FXE is an extremely impressive boat. So we're in the 21-foot model. They have two different sizes. They have the FXE 20 and the FXE 21. So similar to what we saw last year with the ZXE being unveiled, this is the new boat for 2027, and it is performance packed. I want to show you some of the cool features here that I think makes this boat really stand out. So traditionally on a Skeeter boat, they were always difficult to back up and actually be able to maneuver in reverse. We don't have that issue. So you want to back up and go to the left, back up and go left. You want to switch courses and go to the right, it backs up and goes to the right. So no more of that, hey, we should just whip it around the way it's already going and fight with that. Of course, this boat has an amazing hole shot, just like what Skeeter's been known for, but one of the caveats that they've been able to do to this boat that has really, really impressed me, I have two all-time favorite boats, Champion 203 and the early 2000 Skeeter ZX 225. This boat gets up out of the hole, runs and performs very, very similar to the Skeeter ZX 225, but, and this is a big but, and I know a lot of you guys are going to question me on this, but it truly is this way. When you're slicing through the waves, it feels like the I-Class model boat. So Skeeter has done an amazing job with the planing sponson, which you saw in our other video. I'll go over some of the performance features that actually enables. But man, you want to talk about an amazing ride of a boat. So one of the biggest things and biggest complaints I've personally had on Skeeter boats, and they've kind of always been known for this in a little bit of a negative light, is the porpoising. This boat will maintain planing speeds in the low 20s without porpoising. That's a very big deal, and it's a first-time thing for Skeeter. That's kind of been a personal complaint of mine over the years. Well, they've solved that problem with this on these new FXE model boats. So guys, if you are looking for a new model boat, or if you own a Skeeter and looking to upgrade to a new Skeeter, there's never been a better time. Really look hard at this new FXE model. We're gonna do some speed runs here. We'll show you how the performance. This thing's still running low 70s with everything that they've done. No porpoising. So amazing ride. They've done a lot of amazing stuff here. So all right, we're gonna jump up on plane here. All right guys, so traditionally, FXR I've had in the past, FXR 21 specifically, almost 30 miles an hour and we're porpoising. Honestly, it was kind of annoying. I'm going 23.5 miles an hour right now, full line of sight of everything. We're not bobbing up and down, uncontrollable. We used to have to tell people all the time, oh, you just gotta run the creek a little faster or run your trail a little quicker. You've got more maneuverability, faster on planing, better riding, and better top end with this new FXE 21. I'm really impressed with this thing overall. So if you guys are looking to make an upgrade, this boat needs to be at the top of the list in comparisons for damn sure. We're really excited what Skeeter's done. They finally, I say this lovingly, they finally listened to a lot of us dealers, and it's not just myself, but they've really taken a lot of feedback. I've seen a lot of improvements at the factory when we were down here this week. Build quality is better than I've ever seen it with Skeeter boats. They're very receptive to our ideas and other dealers' ideas, and they're making vast changes. I'm literally going 22.8 miles an hour right now. This is just awesome. They've not nailed it and literally blew this one out of the park. So proud of you guys, happy to see this change. You're gonna see more Skeeter stuff from us here in the future. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, guys. Appreciate you.